Lego, one of the most well-known products in the world. Most of us have had some sort of interaction with these, and some of us also enjoy collecting them. I remember my first Lego set. It was a spinner from Ninjago. Yeah, remember those? One of the best things about it is that I could bring some ideas and concepts I had in my mind and transform them into physical form to play with them. Recently, I decided to start organizing my small Lego collection, and I found some creations I made as a child, and I wanted to share some of these with you guys. We will take a trip to the Pokemon, Marvel, and Legend of Zelda universes, so let's get started. Alright, I've always loved Pokemon. I even have a whole separate YouTube channel dedicated for Pokemon. And I remember there was a time when I was younger where I was obsessed with Pokemon to the point that I made some out of Lego. Here I have Squirtle. It's quite simple but effective, and I remember I tried making most Pokemon scale to a minifigure, so that's why it is so small. Now here I have Kadabra, which has a surprisingly complicated structure since I recall making this as a child. Honestly, I think the fact that it looks so good makes it even cooler. I started this leg technique with my favorite Pokemon ever, Sceptile. It makes sense. I wanted to recreate the coolest looking Pokemon in Lego form, so here it is. It can't stand up with its tail, but this one was the one I chose when I found it. The original tail it had was this castle piece, but I think that combined with the other one make a better tail overall. My favorite thing about it is how I was able to make the head and the face look accurate and cool looking too. Maybe if you want to build this one yourself, you could add some studs like this in the back and add a different tail, so it looks more like the original, you know. I remember I also made Charizard, Ivysaur, and all sorts of other classic Pokemon, but I couldn't reveal them as accurate as I remember them because I found them incomplete. And maybe if I make another video about this in the future, I could showcase those. Another video game I like is The Legend of Zelda, more specifically Breath of the Wild, but as these are from Breath of the Wild, that means I built them more recently, I guess. Anyways, here we have a Guardian attempt. I had a struggle for the legs, so I never completed it, I guess, but I think it could have looked really cool finished, and I also found a mini Guardian attempt too. I just found the head though, but I'd like to complete it soon because I like a lot how the head looks. Also, I found out if I make some changes to the other Guardian and add this head, it can look really nice too. Now, what would the Legend of Zelda be without our hero, Link? So I used some whiteout to make some changes to the arms, creating Link. I actually made this one before Breath of the Wild was a thing, so I was younger than when I built the other things. I have of course made some changes over the years. Since I could never find a hat for him, I decided to use it as Breath of the Wild Link in the future, since it seemed to have no hat in trailers and stuff. Also, I think the body he's wearing looks more like the warm doublet you get at the beginning of Breath of the Wild than the actual Link suit. His hair comes from the newest Ninjago Lloyd minifigure. The face is from this Star Wars random pilot, and the torso comes from a Forest Maiden minifigure from Series 9, and the pawns are just this dark sand brownish color. I used to have this hair for Link, which is the one from older Lloyd from Ninjago. Also, I have this hood and cape to resemble the Highland hood from Breath of the Wild. You can add any weapons really, since Breath of the Wild allows you to use a wide variety of them. And now for the bad guy, Ganon. This one is really fragile, as you can see, since it is just held up with these little connections. The body in the other way has a really cool technique inside, which is these pieces holding everything, so it's folded up by the outside pieces. As you can see, it can move and also stand up if you like to. The hands have movable fingers, and it has some sort of dragon feet I found, and it is really cool looking, but as I said, it's really fragile, so that's a big flaw. Together you can get a cool scene like this. LEGO has a fair variety of Marvel licensed sets, but there are some times where some characters are just left out, and that's why I sometimes have to rely on fake LEGO. Alright, I know it may seem weird, but I only buy fake minifigures when they are extremely cool and when LEGO doesn't have them in the minifigure format. Look at this Hellboy minifigure, pretty cool, huh? Well, the point is I made a custom motorcycle for Simo, and it has this handle for the sword and this one from the gun. The front part, although cool, it's fragile and the tires do not run well. For the last, I left my favorite one of them all, which is Iron Monger. Back in the day, I wanted to make a LEGO version of the first Iron Man movie with a friend, and even though we never made it, I still have this epic custom Iron Monger I made. I honestly really love it. For the head, I chose this shape because it resembles Iron Monger perfectly. Maybe if you add a sticker on it, it would look even cooler. You can also replace that head for War Machine style helmet if you have it. And you can also add an Obadiah Stane looking head, since that's the one who is behind the armor after all. If you'd like to recreate this one, there is a link in the description to check out the instructions I made for you. And the cool thing about this one is that you can replace a lot of pieces or remove unnecessary things, so anyone can make their own Iron Monger. These things work like holders, for example. You can add weapons or something, you can also add more detail if you want to, but they are not a key component, so you can always replace them with something similar. By the way, in the instructions you'll notice the legs have these things, but they are not necessary because you can always just do it this way. I made them like that because the LEGO program I use did not allow me to put them that way. But have fun building, and if you do, don't forget to tag me on Instagram so I can see it. The link is also down below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to stay tuned. Ring the bell so you get notified next time I upload a video, and share this video to support my channel. Tell me which one of these builds you like the most in the comments down below, and see you all in the next video.